We're live.
Yep.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. We are going to be live in a second.
Yep.
Okay, I think we're live.
We are live.
Yes, good. Well, welcome everybody to the Montgomery County Senate delegation. We're meeting virtually. We're in this age of COVID, where we're going to be doing a work session on a number of Montgomery County delegation bills, and then we're going to have a brief bill hearing. I'd remind those folks that are watching that that there are a number of senators who aren't here because there's another committee meeting. They have a voting session as well. Senators, we're going to be taking up 5 bills today. The thought is that I'm going to go through them. I'm going to present them. They've already had public hearings and been fully vetted on the House side. So I'm going to go through them quickly. Our goal is to take them as a consent calendar, meaning that we'll vote on them all at once. After I go through them, if there's any concern or questions, we can pull it aside and have a discussion about it. But I know everybody's time is valuable, especially the people that are watching. So first, we're going to start with MC 1121, Montgomery County Alcohol Beverages Seating Requirements. Again, I'm going to be presenting all of these. If anyone has any questions, please ask. The Senate MC 1121 just repeals the minimum maximum capacity requirements for arts facilities, passed unanimously out of the House. I'm going to move any questions about that. Seeing none, I'm going to move on to MC 1121. This deals with the This deals with the jurisdiction of Damascus. It just allows them to have growlers and crowlers. There was no opposition. It passed out of the House unanimously. Any questions about that? I don't see any. We're going to now move to MC 1921. This deals with allowing alcohol beverage license fees to be waived given the pandemic that we're in. It was amended to make this an emergency bill for the 2020-21 licensing period. It passed out of delegation unanimously. Is there any questions about that?
The question, what's the fiscal impact, and did the county exec and county council express their opinions on it?
Yeah, so there was no opposition to it, and I think I know the county's on the call. What was the impact? $1 million? Amy?
I'm sorry, we just got added. Which bill are you talking to?
Hello. We're doing
Hey,
the helping out small businesses with the licensing fees, abating the licensing fees that you all support. What was the fiscal note on that? That's going to help small businesses.
It's going to be around $1 million for one.
And the county executive and county council voted to support that?
There's no opposition to the center. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And the amendment, and yes, and the amendment that was it was amended. It was amended for Amy. What was the amendment? It was county executive, county council.
So the original bill was discretionary for the first year, mandatory for the second year. And now with the amendment, it is mandatory for the first year. That makes more sense since we're in the midst of the pandemic, and this is when we need the most help. So that's what the amendment does, and it's the county.
Did I accurately represent the county's views on it?
You did, yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
No, of course. Thank you, Senator. This is all very important. We want to make sure these are fully vetted. If there's no further questions, the next bill that we have is it's a Montgomery County, Prince George's County bill, WSSC video and audio streaming and archiving meetings. There were 2 amendments. The amendments were incorporated into this bill before it was introduced to the House. As amended, the bill just requires the WSSC to stream live video or audio during open meetings. It passed unanimously out of the House. WSSC supports it. I know WSSC is on the call. If there's any questions, are there any questions about MCPG 100-21? I don't see any. We'll move on to the next bill. It's another Montgomery County, Prince George's County delegation bill passed unanimously out of the House delegation. It's again, MCPG 101-21. It's mandatory refer review. The bill establishes that unless a longer period is granted by submitting an entity official referral, the commission is deemed approval, fails to act within 20 days after acceptance of complete submission. So it basically is, it looks like it is just mandatory referrals, and it authorizes that the commission be notified and provide additional information upon submission. Is there any questions for, and I know that the Maryland National Park and Planning Commission supports this as well. Is there any questions about this? This has already had a public hearing, but I don't know if anyone has any questions. Okay. If not, does anyone want to, out of the 5 bills that we discussed today, does anyone want to separate any of them? Okay. Is there a motion to move them all? Is there a
I
motion?
move them all as a consent list.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay. All those in favor of the 5 bills signify by raising your hand. Okay. Any opposition? Seeing none, passed unanimously. Thank you all. We'll now move on to for public bill hearing on Senate Bill 536. So just the backstory on this from the technical piece is Senator King had put in a legislation that was originally viewed as statewide, but was actually a Montgomery County bill. So this is not normally how it goes, but we're taking it up first because it was perceived as a statewide bill. So that's why we're doing this. This is not normal, but we're in the era.
I'm not normal.
But it's a very important bill. And with that, Senator King on Senate Bill 536.
Thank you. This bill is late because we had a lot of issues getting it drafted, and I think we've got it written narrowly enough that it should be okay. I've been working for the last 5 or 6 years with the fairgrounds people, trying to find a way for them to not have to pay the stormwater runoff fee that is charged to them. They are the only fairgrounds in the state that has to pay a fee. Great Seneca Fair pays $1. Howard County pays nothing. Maryland State Fair, none of them pay anything. But the Montgomery County Fairgrounds, their 2020 assessment is almost $80,000. And in the last 5 years, they've paid a total of $394,000. I've been trying to work with the city of Gaithersburg to find a way to at least let them not have to pay the fee for this year, but the bottom line is it's unfair for them to have to pay this when nobody else does. So we have this bill in that exempts them from paying the stormwater management fee. And I would ask for your support.
Is there any amendments, Senator, or anything that we would need to?
The amendment just narrows it down to only the Montgomery County Fairgrounds that's affected by this bill.
Is there a motion on the amendment?
Move the amendment.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor, just signify by raising your hand. Okay. Unanimous. Any other discussion? Senator, is there a motion on the bill? Oh, Senator King. I'm Senator. Hi.
The other woman here.
you're good.
Just briefly, I represent Gaithersburg, and I realize that there's going to be a fiscal implication for the city. Senator King and I have spoken. I've also spoken to the CEO of the fairgrounds many times over the years as well. And on balance, the fairgrounds are such an enormously important amenity for the entire county. I feel badly for the city of Gaithersburg. It's such a well-run city, though, that I think that they will be able to figure out how to make do with that fiscal implication. So
Well,
I strongly support this bill.
Part of the problem, I think, the city of Gaithersburg hasn't done this yet is because I think they've been worried if they let the fairgrounds have this, then who's next? So this kind of takes that away from the city of Gaithersburg having to deal with. So I just think it's a fairness thing. And the reason that I put it in is because I wanted to keep Senator Kagan out of trouble with the city of Gaithersburg. So, gotta do things, do what we gotta do.
Nancy, can I just ask, what else would be low hanging, assuming we do that, what are some of the other places that would love to have the same deal? I'm just curious, how big an issue? I don't have.
Well, I'm sure some of the churches, some of the not, people like that would love to not pay it.
Right. Okay.
Hospitals, community colleges. I mean, you can think about a lot of organizations.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I got you.
Is there any other discussion about this? Senator Kagan, since I know this is a lot of the area you represent, do you have a motion on this?
I move favorable on the bill, and thank you to Senator King for her ongoing leadership on this issue.
Second.
That would make things happen. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. It's unanimous. All right. Well, thank you to the hundreds of people that are viewing this today. This is the Montgomery County Senate delegation at its best, and please stay tuned for future meetings. And with that, if there's any, is there anything else for the good of the order from any of my Senate colleagues?
Happy
Thank you
Lunar
for
New
an
Year. Happy
efficient-
Valentine's Day.
You
And
too.
thanks
Be
for
safe
an
out there.
efficiently
Thanks, you
run
guys.
meeting.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Senator Kramer. Take care, everybody. Be well.
Thanks.
Thank you, Carol.
Everybody. Bye-bye.